Come together from near and far, we're unity, and that's the way it should be. I've got family waiting for me. It's a good day, I'm glad to see we're unity, that's the way it should be. I'm so happy it's Sunday. Our very own Unity Day. Here we belong with all of our family. Unity, and that's the way it should be. Got some people clapping and dancing, but don't be bashful. Sun is shining and I am too. I feel so happy. How about you? We're unity, and that's the way it should be. We're so grateful that love abounds. Our brothers and sisters all around. We're unity, and that's the way it should be. We're so happy it's Sunday. Our very own Unity Day. Where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, and that's the way it should be. Unity, and that's the way it should be.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of London. So this is our new sign to welcome you, and from what I gather, there's been lots of snow down there, and there's lots of snow up here in the Great White North, so just welcome to everyone this week. So in the month of December, our power is the power of life, which is the ability to energize and animate. And the color is red, which I am wearing today. And life is situated, not too surprisingly, in the reproductive organs. So this morning we affirm, I am filled with life, sweet life. So we welcome everyone who is online. We welcome everyone who is at 501 Nelson Street. And we welcome all of those people who may watch this at a later date. So wherever you are, whatever you are doing when you are hearing this service, we trust that it is going to bless you. So what is Unity of London, or what is Unity, and what does it indicate in our lives? Well, firstly, welcome home. We create a home feeling when you come to Unity, full of love and joy and kindness, curiosity, growth, and self-expression. And so when we connect, we make that transformation into evolving peace, and Unity mostly is a positive path to spiritual living. And there are 5 principles that Unity follows. So if you'd like to repeat those with me. 1, God is good and active in everywhere, everything. 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. 3, I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. And 5, I do and give my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. And so, how do we make a difference in this world? We make a difference by inspiring people to make a positive difference in the world. And especially in this month, at this time of the year during the Christmas season, I think we're a little more cognizant of the challenges that people have in their lives, whether it is putting food on the table, whether it is um, coming together at Christmas time, whether it is having a roof over your head. So, as we are grateful for all of the things that we have, perhaps we can take a step to make a positive difference in the world by donating a little bit more and just thinking about our fellow human beings. And we also provide fellowship and education for spiritual seekers of all walks of life. So it doesn't matter what your faith beliefs were growing up or even last week. You are welcome at Unity to just check in and just to really be curious about possibilities in unity. And so we're going to have some more music by Jim right now. So I'm hoping that on Zoom we could not hear his music. We could hear Jim singing. So I'm hoping that that's going to be corrected now for us so that we can enjoy it on Zoom as well.
Well, I could sing louder if
No, it's not your singing, Jim. We can hear your singing. What we can't hear is your guitar.
not this again. It's fixed now? Okay. That's a technical problem, Willa, that Lorraine does have under control. Well,
Great. Thank you.
life and living and engaging and being part of what's going on. How do we do that? I don't know about you, but since I started coming to Unity, Spirit has filled my life and has changed my life significantly. Here's a song that I wrote a few years ago when Carla and I were here as the music team, and it talks about exactly that. So I think it's perfect for December this year. I haven't done it for a while, and you know my excuse for why the book's up here, because my memory doesn't work anymore. So forgive me if I have to peek once in a while. Sometimes you go to church on Sunday and you leave there feeling fine. And then comes Monday morning and your life seems out of line. For the rest of the week it's all the same as you struggle right along. But if you don't want to live that way, join me in this song, 'cause I'm gonna live by the Spirit every day. Live my faith in every way, from Sunday through to Saturday. Shine the light and show the way, and live by the Spirit every day. Now Spirit gives us wisdom to know what we should do. Faith will give us courage to see any challenge through. It's up to us to be the best that we can be. So make the choice and raise your voice and sing along with me, 'cause we got by the Spirit every day. Live my faith in every way. From Sunday through to Saturday, shine the light and show the way. Live by the Spirit every day. There is so much that we can learn, some that we can teach. And the best way to a happy life is to practice what you preach. So buckle down and buckle up and let your heart be strong. Live the best life you can live in your maintenance zone. 'Cause we gotta live by the Spirit every day. Gotta live our faith in every way. From Monday through to Saturday, shine the light and show the way, and live by the Spirit every day. We do this together. I think the words are up there, aren't they? Yeah, let's do that. We'll do one more chorus and do it together. We're gonna live by the Spirit every day. Live by faith every way. From Monday to Saturday, shine the light and show the way. Live by the Spirit every day. We have to live by the Spirit every day, and it's a blessing when you live by the Spirit every day.
Well, that was wonderful, Jim. Thank you so much. Great message, living by the Spirit every day. And so unity was formed on prayer. And so it's a very important part of unity. And Silent Unity has been praying with and for people for over 130 years. So we just invite you, if you want prayer, to call 1-800-NOW-PRAY 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, anytime that you feel that you would like prayer. And so the other thing that you can do is, of course, at the front of the prayer box, or at the front of the sanctuary is the prayer box. And so if you have a prayer that you would like to pray for either yourself or someone else, just write their name in one of those slips of paper, put it in the prayer box, and your prayers will be held by our prayer angels and prayer chaplains for 30 days, at which point those names will be sent to Unity to be prayed over there as well. And so now let us go into prayer. So if you would like to close your eyes if you wish and become comfortable in your chair. And let's just breathe in. Hold it and just breathe out. And just relax. And so this morning, as we come together, we are grateful to spend this opportunity and this time with our Unity community. We bless everyone attending all spiritual gatherings, knowing that there are many paths to the one God. We bless those watching online, those at home, and those who will watch later. And on the second day of Advent, we hold in our hearts peace, knowing that peace begins with me. That whatever is going on in your life, that as you breathe, as you go towards your heart space, you can find peace there. So we pray that you can set aside any concerns that you have, knowing that peace is yours. So we lift up this morning anyone who is experiencing any challenges, trusting that the highest and best is unfolding for them now, and that the love of the divine Spirit is surrounding them. We take this opportunity to hold anyone that you wish in blessings and prayer and to speak their names quietly into this space. We bless our fellow Unity churches, Unity Halton Peel in Mississauga, and Unity of Edmonton in Alberta. And so as we move forth into the day, we understand and affirm that peace is within us always. Amen. Okay, so this morning what I'd like to do is let you know that you can pray with a prayer chaplain today. Dawn is at 501 Nelson Street, so she will pray with you after the service back in the prayer room up those orange steps. And I can pray with you online if you would like prayer. So if you would like prayer, please just send me a little message in the chat, knowing, and I will wait and we can pray. And also, too, just a reminder that the prayer chaplains are online 5 days a week at 9 o'clock for prayer and meditation. And so you can join us there every day. The link for that Zoom call is on the email that you get that provides the link for the Sunday service as well. So that is emailed out every week. So please join us.
Scott Duncan is lighting the candles.
Thank you very much, Lorraine. Scott Duncan will come up and light our Advent candles. And so last week, the first candle that we lit was the candle of hope and faith. And so the affirmation with that is, I look for the many ways the good I seek is already mine. And today, he will light the second candle, which is peace. And so with that, we affirm the peace of God is my welcomed companion. Are we having a little challenge there today, lighting those candles? Thank you, Scotty. Thanks very much for lighting those candles. And so now we will welcome today's platform assistant, Dawn Briglio, in the reading of the daily word, and to welcome our speaker.
Good morning, all. Today's daily word is entitled Peace. I give the gift of peace. I begin the second week of Advent by affirming peace for myself and all beings and letting the peace of God flow through me. Peaceful living does not mean isolation from noise and turmoil. It means calm even in the midst of hubbub. It really does say hubbub. At this time of the year when so many seem busy and rushed, I rely on the peace of God that resides within to promote calm in my home, in my life, and in the world. Prayer helps me stay centered, serene, and relaxed so that I can be an instrument of peace, holding thoughts of tranquility and affirming peace in my heart. I move through this day and Advent season affirming kindness and compassion. I give the gift of peace as I let it flow from my heart like ripples on a lake, sustaining each person in concrete circles of tranquility and goodwill. The God of peace be with all of you. So it says in Romans 15, verse 33. Oh, where am I going? She needs no introduction. Reverend Lori served Unity of London as its minister for approximately 20 years. She retired 3 years ago and now spends her time painting and selling her artistic charcuterie boards and lazy Susans at markets in and around London. Lori and her husband Bob are enjoying their new home in Port Stanley. And among other activities, they volunteer at the Port Stanley Theatre with her message, Ordinary Life, the Final Frontier. And I don't think William Shatner has got anything to do with that. Please join me in welcoming our dear Reverend Lori Hisson.
Thanks, Dawn. Thanks. Well, good morning. Put this here. I've got marked on the top of my sheets, slow. I tend to talk fast. Okay, so I heard about this 85-year-old woman who was set up with a blind date with a 92-year-old man. She came home from the date frustrated, and her daughter looked at her and said, "Mom, what happened?" "Oh, I had to slap him 3 times. And the daughter asked, "What, did he get fresh?" "No, I thought he was dead." So the truth is, we're all getting older. Most of us have more years behind us than we have ahead of us. And I was thinking about this when I was coming up with the talk around the theme of life. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll title the talk Living Life's Purpose. But then I thought, oh, that's kind of boring and old. We've been hearing about life's purpose forever. And actually, the truth is that we're all living our own purpose right now. Every day we're living our purpose. Whatever it is you're doing, you are living your purpose right now. In living our purpose, we have been stretching and flexing our spiritual muscles. And we have been reading books, we've been attending seminars, we have gone to retreats, we come to Unity, we look at, we listen to the speakers, and we learn from each other. And so our journey of becoming such that we can live our purpose in life is that we are constantly stretching our spiritual muscles. And so I invite us today to stop and to realize that the years we have ahead of us are precious and that we've come to the final frontier. Eckhart Tolle describes it this way: welcome to ordinary life, the final frontier of a spiritual awakening. Yes, ordinary life is the final frontier. Now you might think, pardon me, you might think that ordinary life, the final frontier, well, how could that be? It's so unlike Star Trek. Star Trek talks about a galaxy far, far away and how exciting and adventurous it is. But ordinary life is getting up, doing our chores, washing our face, putting our makeup on, for some of us. It's making breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's visiting with friends, hopefully. It might be working and volunteering. So ordinary life has some exciting days and some exciting moments, like when I was walking Bentley this morning, and I could see off to the horizon, I could see the sunrise. It was this huge ball of red sun rising up and just rising above the water. We have exciting moments, and we do have some exciting days, but for the most part, our days are somewhat ordinary. So the task at hand, I'm asking or inviting us to do, is to see that ordinary life is an opportunity to awaken spiritually throughout the day, throughout everything that happens to us. Every interaction is an opportunity to live what we've learned. It's about unpacking the divine that is within us, this great, great resource, this great strength that is within us, and to bring that forth right where we are and to live and work and do everything fully awake and alive. The other week I was on the phone and I was calling the bank. I had asked them to send out a check on my behalf. This was the American bank. And so they sent out a check, and one thing and another, it ended up coming back to me because the address was wrong. And on the check, I could see they had my old address, so Mockingbird they had in London. And so it took me quite a while to get this check back. So I phoned the bank, and I was saying, "You've got the wrong address. Would you please update it to my Port Stanley address?" And they kept saying, "No, we've got your right address, Front Street, Port Stanley. We've got that address." I said, "But your check has my old address." So I was on the phone for 30 minutes. I'm sure you can relate to this kind of a call. I was on the phone for 30 minutes, and I was feeling frustrated and getting upset. And then I remembered that I was working on this talk, An Ordinary Life. And I thought to myself, this is what an ordinary life is. It has these moments in it, right where you are. And so I thought to myself, okay, so Eckhart Tolle's talking about this is my opportunity for spiritual awakened, to be spiritually awakened. And so that thought turned my mind instantly as I saw it as a chance to be okay with what was happening. And so a smile came on my face, and I was no longer frustrated. When the person came back on the phone, my tone had changed. My tone had changed. I want to share with you one of my favorite poems. If you've been to any funeral that I've officiated, you've heard this before. But it's one of my favorite poems that really puts life into perspective, and it's called The Dash by Linda Ellis. How many have heard that before? Okay, quite a few. So maybe hear it with new ears this morning. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between these years. For that dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we've won, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left. You could be dash mid-range. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger, and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect, and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So, when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? So today I'm offering you 4 ways that you can live a spiritually awakened, ordinary life, your dash, using the word life. Oh, here's the dash. So the first is the L, which stands for living your song. Michael Beckwith said, "What if every morning you woke up and said, 'The entire universe is for me'? The entire universe is for me." Would you say that with me? The entire universe is for me. You can begin right now to feel healthy. You can begin right now to feel prosperous. You can begin to feel the love that's surrounding you, and the universe will correspond to the nature of your song. You see, living your song is your words, your thoughts, your actions that you put out into the universe. They are creative and they are powerful against or for yourself and others. So be mindful of the song that you're singing. Author Robin Sharma, who wrote The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, tells the story of a bathroom attendant at a busy airport. He said, when you came into the bathroom, you were greeted by this young man with enthusiasm. Good morning, good afternoon, how are you? The stalls, the sinks, the counters were all impeccable, all clean. And when you went to dry your hands, he would hand you a hand towel to dry your hands. And then when you left, he would wish you a happy day, a safe flight as you left his office. Robin Sharma said, yes, he called it his office. All day long, his mission was to be helpful, to have positive interactions with everyone who came in to brighten their day. And that was his song. He turned what is an ordinary job into an opportunity for spiritual awakening for himself and for everyone who came into the bathroom. What is your song? What do you send out into the universe each moment, each day? The I stands for I can make a difference. To your partner in your day-to-day exchanges, to people on the phone, to clerks in stores, to animals, to strangers asking for money or for some help of some kind, to how you look at yourself and what you say to yourself about others. You can build others up or you can tear them down right where you are right now. So how you show up makes a difference. See what you have to offer day to day as sacred service. Bill called an Uber one day, and he was on his way to the hospital for some tests. And in the Uber, in the car, when Timothy came, if you've ever used the Uber app, you know who's coming to pick you up and their name and what they look like. So Timothy came to pick Bill up. And they started talking about why Bill was going to the hospital. He was having some tests, and Bill revealed that he was waiting for a kidney transplant. And so Timothy asked him about that. So what's involved in getting a kidney transplant from someone else? And Bill told him what was involved. There's tests you have to take to make sure that you're a match or whether you're a match at all. And by the end of the drive, when Bill arrived at the hospital, Timothy said to him, I'm going to give you my kidney. Now, Timothy was a young man, but he believed in helping people. So he went for the tests and he found that he was a perfect match for Bill. And it was 14 months later that Timothy gave Bill his kidney. An ordinary day with an extraordinary result. F is for fearless acceptance. This is a hard one. Don't fight what is. Eckhart Tolle wrote, I teach one thing and one thing only, a deep, fearless acceptance of whatever comes your way. Think about that. A deep, fearless acceptance of whatever comes your way. He continues, one thing we do know. Life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. And how do you know this is the experience you need? Because this is the experience you are having at this moment. How do you know this is the experience that you need? Because it's the one you are having at this moment. The Buddha said that the greatest source of our suffering is wanting things to be different than they are. Think about how much time you spend wishing things were different. Are you like me? I wish that this or that was different. How much pain and angst that this has caused you? What if instead you asked yourself, what is in this for me? What is in this experience for me? Well, recently an event in the States left me feeling devastated. I remember talking to my friend Linda, who lives in Florida, and she just used the same word. She said, I'm devastated. The event's outcome wasn't what we wanted. I was angry, upset, frustrated, and losing my faith in people. I was afraid of what might be. But then I heard the words, don't fight what is. What's being asked in this experience? That I have faith that something good will come out of it? Perhaps. But there is something here for the evolution of my consciousness, and I am more at peace letting it be than wanting things to be different. I'm more at peace just letting things be than wanting them to be different. Can you relate to that? Yeah. E is for engage with God. How can we become spiritually awakened without uncovering the divine that is within us? We do this by taking time to develop a relationship with the divine. We do it by being in prayer, as Wilda was talking about. The prayer group in the morning would be a way to spend time in meditation with others. We do it by meditating on our own. We do it by meditating on our 12 powers, those 12 qualities of God that are within us. And this month we're talking about the quality of life. We do it by spiritual reading, by focusing on our breath as we become still. Being still, we can make a connection with the divine. And then when we have a problem, we turn our attention within for the power that we need in that situation. You call it forth with conviction and faith. You engage with God. This month is a season of light, of new birth and joy, because we celebrate the birth of Jesus, the man who taught us about our relationship with God. He taught us that we are one with the Father. The Father and I are one. And as we celebrate the birth of a great teacher, his birth symbolizes for us the rebirth of the Christ within each of us. It makes us mindful of the powerful spiritual beings that we are. And if we haven't got a relationship with God, it's time that we did. We get busy. We forget to take that few moments in the morning or maybe at the end of the day to just become still and either say thank you in advance for a beautiful day or thank you in retrospect to the day that we've had. Yearn to know God. Yearn to know this energy that we call God, this universal force that all that is. Spend time in meditation thinking about what is, thinking about all the beauty in the world and being grateful. Because the more grateful we are, the more gratitude will come to us. Give over to your higher power when you need help the most. Engage with God. There's a story about an Irish physician, Dr. Helen Roseveare. And Dr. Helen served in the Congo as a physician. And she was told the story of one day when she was helping a young woman deliver a baby, a premature baby. And unfortunately, the young woman passed. And so she was left with this premature baby with no incubators to heat the baby up. There's no electricity there. So she sent her assistant off to find the hot water bottle. And the assistant came back with tears flowing down her face, saying, "The bottle just crumbled in my hands." So Dr. Helen told the assistant to lay with the baby, grab her close by, and lay close to the fire and keep her warm as long as you can. And then at that, Dr. Helen went off over to the orphanage children. And as was her occasion, she would pray with the children, and she would sometimes give them a reason, an example of what they could pray for. And so today she talked about the little premature baby and her sister. And so one of the African children, a 10-year-old, said, "Well, we need to pray for a hot water bottle. And we need to say to God, we need that hot water bottle today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow will be too late." Well, Dr. Helen was kind of a little hesitant to endorse this prayer because where are they going to get this hot water bottle from? And where, how is that going to happen on such short notice? Where will it come from? And so the little girl added to this prayer, "And not only that, God, but we want a little dolly for her sister." And so Dr. Helen just gave up and she said, "Okay, we'll pray for that today. A hot water bottle and a little dolly. And we'll see what God can do." Well, she was in her clinic and she got this notice from someone coming running in the door, and she was told that there's a car at your hut. And so Dr. Helen went running over, and the car was gone, but there was this box. Now, the box was probably larger than this one, but there was a box. So she asked the orphanage children to help her to open up this box because they saved everything. They saved the string, they saved the paper. You never knew what you could use these things for. And so as she was going through the box, she found clothes for the children. So she held them up, and the children were all excited. Here were these clothes. How wonderful was that? And then she found bags of peanuts and bags of raisins, and she thought, well, I could make some biscuits with these, so that'll be great. And then she kept looking through, and the little African girl came over to her, and she said, where's the hot water bottle? So she kept going through the paper and finding things and looking, and there was the hot water bottle. And the little girl said, what about the dolly? Is there a dolly in there? Could there be a dolly? There was a dolly for the little girl. Now, this package had been mailed 5 months before. She rarely ever got a package from home, but it was there the day that they needed it. I marvel at the faith that that young girl had to put that prayer out there with such conviction and even demanding more than initially was asked for, and to have God respond. I wonder if we have the same faith as a little 10-year-old girl in the Congo. This story was printed in a magazine, and trutherfiction.com tracked down Dr. Helen to confirm, was it really true? It seems too far-fetched to be true. And she said, yes, it's true. And she put it in her book titled Living Faith. The faith of a little girl is a marvel to behold. And we can ask ourselves, what about our faith? How much faith do we have? Engage with God. So those are the 4 ways. Live your song. Know that I make a difference. Fearless acceptance, and engage with God. Finally, I've been listening to a great read by Hillary Clinton titled Something Gained, Something Lost. I've been listening to it on Audible. And in it she mentioned she was raised Methodist and how its founder, John Wesley's call to action, has guided her life. He succinctly and simply gives us a map to live our ordinary life, the final frontier for spiritual awakening. And this is what he wrote. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. Would you affirm that with me? Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. What a wonderful way to live. What a wonderful way to live. And we do that in our ordinary life, day to day, the final frontier for spiritual awakening. So let's take this into meditation. So we become comfortable in our seats. Unfold our arms or legs. You might want to have your palms facing up on your legs. Whatever it is that you do with your body that says to your body, now is time to slow down. Now is time to just get connected and engage with our higher power. We take a deep breath in. We let it out. We take another breath in, and we let it out. We let our shoulders relax down. We let our eyes soften, our chin soften. We may hear a humming noise. It's like a steady noise, a steady reminder that our higher power is always there, always guiding us for whatever we're going through. And so if we think of the message, living our song, think for a moment, maybe the last day or two, what you were doing, who you were with. And what kind of things were you saying to this other person? What kind of things were you talking about? Was there anything you said that you wish perhaps you hadn't said? Or was your song positive and uplifting, encouraging and inspiring? What did your song sound like? And then take a moment to think about your self-talk. What kind of things were you saying to yourself the last couple days? Were you building yourself up or tearing yourself down? And then we think about how I make a difference. How have you made a difference recently in someone else's life or in your own life? I make a difference. What have you been doing that makes a difference in the life of someone else? And it can be something very, very simple, as our ordinary life would say. Maybe you made a meal for someone with love. Maybe you helped someone that's not feeling well. You brought them a drink, something to eat. It's the little small ways that we can make a difference, where we can really awaken and be our best spiritual self. And then we think fearless acceptance. Oh my gosh, fearless acceptance. What is it that's on your plate, so to speak, right now that is difficult to accept? You don't want to accept it. You don't think there's any good in it. You just want to get rid of it. But if we look deeper into it, can we see that there is something there for us? Maybe an opportunity for our consciousness to expand, to have a deeper understanding of life. What is it that you need to fearlessly accept? And E for engage with God. Engage with God. Let's take a few moments to be in the silence as we just focus on our breath and on our higher power, God, energy, whatever we call that. That power that is underneath everything, supports everything. Yearn to know God. Yearn to know your higher power. Yearn to understand the good in what shows up in your life. And so we take a deep breath in. We let it out. And we say, thank you, sweet spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Whatever that is for you, thank you. Amen.
Oh, Reverend Lori, thank you so much for that wonderful talk today. You know, well, living up in Gorbey in the winter, people probably think, oh man, what is she doing up there? Well, I'm living an ordinary life, is what I am doing, and I am very happy for that and grateful for that opportunity to do that. And for me, one of the big things too, of course, is, which you brought out, is engaging with God. So, as you know, I'm still a prayer chaplain and I still pray with people. And I still have my long time prayer partner. Some of you, most of you may know Mary Hagan. And so she's living in Paraguay now. And we pray almost every night, thanks to modern technology. So that makes a big difference for me. And just expressing those ordinary things and how those ordinary things that we do in our life really build up and they really do make a difference. So thank you very much for that great talk.
Lori, I want to thank you. I met Unity because of you, and I first discovered Unity through you. And every time I hear you speak, you remind me of the great debt that I owe you. So thank you again today. Now, in order to do all the things that Rev Lori just talked about and just suggested that we should be doing, and we should be doing, we have to do something first. And Lori sent me Lori or Pauline, somebody, no, it was Lori did, sent me just a quick synopsis of what I was going to talk about today. And it struck me right off the bat that, all of the things that she talked about and the things that she sent me, they require one thing before they will work. We have to open ourselves. We have to open ourselves to the universe. We have to open ourselves to the world around us. We have to open ourselves to the people around us. We have to open our hearts and our minds, and only then can we bring all those things, all those wonderful things to fruition in our lives. So I went looking through the songbook, and I found a tune that you will know. This has been done many, many times at Unity, and it's one of my favorites. And I hope you will listen very carefully to the lyrics, because they really do give us the key to everything that Rev Lori talked about. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I am here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. Love and passion and taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, lending a hand. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside, but now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life, a deeper life. And it's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness and hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service and lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Let's do that one more time, shall we? Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Well, Jim, thanks so much for that rousing version of Swing Wide the Doors. And so today we are going to collect our offerings and our tithes, and we are grateful for all of the people that support Unity of London through their finances, through their time, talent, and treasures. So, of course, we can pay many different ways: by check, cash, credit cards, debit, Tithely site, e-transfer. Oh my goodness, just lots of ways. And so as our offerings are being collected this morning, we affirm prosperity and abundance for Unity of London and all spiritual communities in all forms and in all realms, body, mind, and spirit. So I really like it when Lorraine pulls back the camera, because then I can see at least the back of your heads, and I can sort of see who I know there that I can recognize. So that's great. Okay, so we're going to do our prosperity blessing. So if you can repeat with me: divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Amen. Okay, special announcements. All right, so those of you who were at the fundraiser a couple of weeks ago may recall that there was a silent auction. There are still some items that are up for bidding at the back of the fellowship hall. So if there's anything there that catches your eyes, please bid on it. And the sale will close on Sunday, December the 15th, next week. All right, it's getting cold outside. Yes, it is. And so as part of the Unity project, this year we are collecting mitts, gloves, hats, scarves, and socks, white preferred. and larger donations of coats, blankets, and boots as well. So you can bring those to Unity and they will be taken where they need to be taken, where they can be the most good to as many people as we can. We're also collecting for the London Food Bank. And so mostly everyone is familiar with, I think, with what is required for food at the food bank. So basically items with very little sugar or salt and things that maybe that you would not think about, like a can opener or dish detergent or feminine hygiene products. So everything is welcome, and perishable items will be delivered tomorrow. So bread, margarine, butter, eggs, and fresh produce. All right, so we are having a Christmas concert, and that is Wednesday night, December the 18th from 7 to 9:30. So once again, the food bank donations are welcome. Jim Chapman is hosting this along with Unity of London. Admission is $10, and you can see the great lineup of entertainment, including Jim and Les Holmes and Paul Mills and Louise Carroll, Dan Rutledge, and Tom McCurdy. So bring your friends, come on out for a good time. All right, there is going to be a Christmas lottery draw. Now, this is sort of a short, sweet little lottery, and it's a $100 gift card to Earl's Restaurant. And you can see a picture of Earl's Restaurant there on the slide. So tickets are on sale today, and they're $10 each, or 3 for $20, and the draw is Wednesday, December the 18th. So it looks like it's going to be at the Christmas concert day. So anyway, pick up your lottery tickets if you're feeling lucky, or even if you're not. Okay, so Wednesday night. So this week we have Marion Kernahan and Jennifer White. Oh, Jennifer White, she has that beautiful harp. And so Jim has been hosting these music nights for quite a number of months now. So we're very grateful for that. That is $10 by e-transfer to Jim Chapman at rogers.com. Please include your name and your concert date, or just show up at the door. And once again, bring your friends. All right. So our Amber Needham has written a book, The Blind Girl Sees, and it is available in our bookstore, and get it before Christmas. And also in the bookstore, there's of course other books and children's books and magnets and ornaments and art and all sorts of things to give for your Christmas giving. Or to treat yourself. All right, so if you'd like to repeat with me our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yay, God. So now we'll sing our peace song. So if you'd like to stand up and join in hands in a circle. Okay, so before you head out into the lunchroom, if you'd like to make any comments about Lori's talk today and just thank her for coming today, that would be